Hola, buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Welcome back to the Sky Studio podcast. It's your girl, your bestie, and your podcast host, Tiffany Caballero.
And I am the annoying voice in your head right now.
Y'all just say hi. Y'all just wave him down in the
What's up,
comments.
people of the Lord?
Hey, listen, you guys, I'm going to come in hot because I have to have a safe place to just debrief. Y'all, we are wrapping up with summer. We have officially, crying emoji, wrapped up the basketball season, the 2025 summer basketball season. And we had the playoffs today. We won the first game. I mean, we were up. You hear me? Things were looking hopeful. The championship was within reach.
Y luego?
The devil's busy. You hear me? And yeah, we got knocked out in the second round, and I'm still devastated. I'm still mourning the loss. I was going to almost wear all black. I took it harder than those little girls. As soon as they saw snacks, they didn't care anymore. But me, it's going to take a minute to take that to the altar. When you see me at church tomorrow, just on my knees, just know it's just that. Right. It's just that I'm still sad that we lost. So this is Aubrey's. It's her second season playing basketball, but I decided, as for me and my house, we're going to coach the team. Okay, that's what I decided. And so my brothers. My little brother played all throughout like high school, all that. And then when he was little, my middle brother coached him. So I roped him out of retirement and I was like, ¿sabes qué? Es tiempo.
How did you do that? What did you entice him with?
I promised that I would bring tacos every practice and you can come here and eat before and after the games. And it's just, I'm out of pocket, really. Like I'm in debt after this season. No, they just love the game. And in the spirit of all we do is tell the truth here, I'm really excited because I think it's just a good opportunity for us to I think there's something about guys, and you can speak as a current male in the room, that it's like
current male in the room, like is something going to change or?
Okay. So it's like, I think something about guys is like, you got to be doing stuff together. That's how you bond. Doing stuff together to where like girls, and I'm not super like this, so I don't know what this says about me. Or it's just like, we just sit and talk and yap it up. But guys, like we got to do stuff together, right?
Yeah. We can do stuff and not talk and still bond. That's how we roll. We can be fishing and not talk, but it's like we said a million words.
I'm the worst person to go fishing with. I'm like, what's going on there? Look over here. Just scared them all off. Okay, y'all are built different. I will never understand. And so it was really cool to be able to hang out with my brothers, do this, and even just kind of like collaborating as a team, because there are ways that I would have handled the girls that's not, as a coach, that's not how you handle the girls. You know, you're not supposed to baby them and, you know, all this stuff, right? We got to be big girls when we're out there. So I learned that. I think I sent emails for the first time ever. If you're a 9 to 5, if you're in the corporate world, like, let me hand you your flowers. I could never do what you do. All I get to do is paint all day long and cheesemate. No, I'm just kidding. We don't do cheesemate. We talk about important things. Okay. I had to be a rule follower for once in my whole life.
Oh boy. How'd that go?
There's a rule book. It went terrible. And so like I had to tell them, like, I'm sorry, unfortunately. If you don't come to practice, we can't promise you playtime. And I just thought like that goes without saying. And my brothers, you know, they're still from the old school. So they're like, no, you don't practice, you don't play. And I'm like, I don't know how to say that in the email version of that.
Did you ask Sister AI to help you?
I asked Sister Manita, Sister Amanda Trevino, who's a boss lady herself. I was like, here's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Help me translate this, because I don't know how to be the bad guy. But then my brothers are legit not going to let them play if they don't come to practice, you know? So that was a big giant that I had to slay, like getting over my fear of like, you might not like what I'm going to have to say. But then guess what?
What?
Now I'm on this like boss lady high, because when you, as it turns out, when you're a rule follower, and I'm new on this side of things, when you set the rules and you're like, and this is how it is, you kind of get some respect around here.
Oh Lord, she said, put some respect on my name.
And I've been shortchanging myself is what I figured out. Just goofing around all these years. What I should have been doing was standing on business, and people respond when you stand on business. what I learned. No, it was a fun season. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And it's just part of working on a team is like, I think they have the know-how. I will always bring the vibes. It goes without saying. But when I tell you we lost every game.
Oh.
We lost like every game up until like the very end. I think we won the very last game. And there's something about losing that doesn't sit well with my brothers.
Yeah, never will. Never will.
But for me, I just like, I think I don't take things so serious. I'm like, oh, we had fun. But in all reality, there was like something special about watching some of these girls like from week 1 to week 57 is what it feels like. You know, it was a 6-week season. And it's like you couldn't even dribble the ball before, much less make a pass, much less follow a play, much less, you know. And so like one of our girls, she almost fouled out today and she was playing like so aggressively. And as it turns out, like that's a good thing, you know? And it was good. It was good. What about you? I know you dabbled in a little coaching here recently too.
Oh boy.
How was your experience?
Yeah, so Evan came to me several months ago and he was like, Dad, I think I want to play baseball. And so I'm excited because I'm like, yeah, you need to play something. But I'm excited because like this is the first sport that he initiated. Like we try to put him in football. I watched this video the other day and it's like he's probably like 5. And
Jace.
they hand him the ball and he's supposed to run a certain way, but he runs the opposite direction, does the whole like 360 around, and I'm like, no, don't run that way, don't run that way. And I guess he hears me and then runs up the field, scores a touchdown, but hated it. He hated it.
Aww.
We tried him soccer several times because we all know that soccer players get paid really, really well.
And what we're trying to do is get paid.
That's right. I mean, he's got to take care of me because I'm taking care of him right now.
That's right.
That's for me and my house. All right. So, and that too didn't really work out so well. But this is the first time he's wanted to actually learn it. So we started from scratch. Didn't know how to hit. Didn't know how to catch. He was afraid of the ball. He first couple of at bats he gets hit with the ball, so that even makes it worse. Like he's kid pitch, and so. But all in all, he learned. He hit the ball the last game a couple of times. And when you were talking, I thought about like how we measure, like the measuring stick, right? So if we're just basing it off of wins and losses, I think that we're shortchanging what is actually really happening, right? Because it's all if you learn like Evan's progress from game 1 to game 18, there was a great progress. And I mean, he was hitting the ball. He wasn't afraid to catch the ball, and he's like running is very passionate. And so if that's the metric, if losing is the metric, then we are taking L's. But like if the metric is did you learn, then we're winning.
I hope they know where we're going today.
Because all I do is win, no matter what. That's the theme song for today.
And I hope y'all know where we're going today. And sometimes it really is like that just gets stuck and like we lost every game this season. And the car ride home would have been like super defeated and like, well, of course, you know, we lost in the playoffs. So how we made it to the playoffs is YMCA. Everybody goes to the playoffs. And that's how we even made it to the playoffs. But I think that again, when we're doing this little like the breakout session, like go team, like my brother said their piece and I said my piece, and I feel like we were able to literally say something good about every single girl. Like there was not one girl that went from bad to worse.
Right.
And I think that like with that comes joy inevitably that you can look back on just you. And I told them that I'm like, your coaches are proud of you, your parents are proud of you, but I hope you are proud of you. And I think to me, that's how I've like redefined a win. Like it's just me against me. And I know we talk a lot about working out on the channel, but if I were to ever actually plug in my numbers on the Lifetime app, which I never will, if I just today actually went to UltraFit by myself.
See?
by myself.
Yeah.
They have you do those like sprints at the end, and I have never ever gone over like a single digit sprint. I
There
think
you
maybe
go. See?
once in my life. I've
Hmm?
touched the glory that is like a 10 speed sprint. Today I got up to an 11.
There you go.
Did I see Jesus himself? Sure did. But yeah, it's just me against me. I promise you, both girls next to me were going faster. I'm sure they've took this class, and I hate this class. And the reason why I hate this class is because just that. Like, I feel like when I'm in that class, I'm losing. Like, if we do GTX, I have a good idea of like, oh, it's going to be this, and I go grab the 45s, and
Mhm.
and I walk past you with your 20s.
Okay, what we're not going to do on this channel is lie to the people of God.
Right? But I feel like I'm winning in that class. Why? Because I've been doing it the last 2 years. This Ultra Fit class, the only reason I took it is because it was the only one on the time slot for the time that I needed, but it was just what I needed.
Eric, if you watch this, she went because she enjoys how you coach us.
Yeah.
Good job, Eric.
Actually, I did tell him this. I said, I hate this class. I love you and you're good at what you do. And I'm here for you. Let it be. I want everyone to know I hate this class. And you know how I'm normally in class, just having a good old time.
Mm.
I didn't say one word.
Oh.
Why? Because it's hard, it's challenging. And it's, I think I also, and who likes it? I also feel really vulnerable because I'm like, I can't balance my big back weight on this ball, And so
Yeah.
the class is like, you're on this, not a Bosu ball. Is that what they call
Yes.
it? It's like the half one. And whoever invented this class, there's a special place in heaven for you if you accept him today.
Right outside the pearly
Yeah.
gates.
And you're balancing not only are you balancing your weight, then you're balancing other weights. Then you're on one foot and then you're shaking your tummy and patting your head at the same time. And there's just a lot going on, but it's building your core stability, right? And so I feel like I'm losing up there and I can really only do one of the movements. But there's gonna come a day.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
There's gonna come a day when we get like you.
Soon and very soon.
If we don't give up,
Consistency.
Hello. And so I think we want to get into that today. We want to talk about it might feel like you're losing. It might feel like you're in a losing season. But if you're learning, you're not losing. Tell them.
Yeah. Yeah, you said you're only losing if you don't learn. But then also, there are time for everything. There's time to laugh, a time to cry. That's what Ecclesiastes tells us, right? And so there's a time when with the world's standards, we could look at our lives and say, we're not winning. We're not winning in our bank account. We're not winning in our marriage. We're not winning at job. We're not winning as parents. We're not winning as blah, 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 blah. But like the metrics is what I call it. The metrics, the redefining the win. Like we have to like sit down and redefine those wins sometimes because like, for example, the class that you talked about, like you could say, you know what, I'm not doing that class. I'm not even going to show up. But like you showing up and you giving it your all, like that's a win.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, probably during it, you felt like looking around.
It felt like I was losing.
Right. Right.
And that honestly was probably the reality of the situation. Like the reality is other people are able to do something that I cannot do.
But another perspective is I wonder how long they've been doing it.
Oh, I never think that way.
And I wonder how long that if they ever felt like how you felt today.
Mm-hmm.
If
Right.
you look around, that's another thing is like sometimes we look around too much to see who else is around and we don't measure up
Got the
that.
cameras.
It's that comparison trap. And you could feel like I'm losing because the person next to me is going 12 and I'm only going at a 10. But you don't know how long it took them to get to that 12.
And you know what else? Slow and steady wins the race.
I mean, they always tell us that life is a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
Right. But then another perspective is you lose when you give up.
Yeah.
Right. If you give up, then you just have accepted I'm not going to win in this situation. But if you're even a 0.001% better than you were yesterday, in my book, I think you're winning. And people may argue and they may say, nah, that's just whatever. But I do think that winning, well, I mean, if we're saying that winning has a mindset and losing has a mindset, I think that our perspective and our attitude needs to change when we're confronted with situations, because sometimes situations, I won't say sometimes, a lot of times situations won't happen the way that we want them to, and
Yeah.
the resolution won't happen the way that we want to, and it won't come when we want to. But that doesn't mean that we're losing. It means that we're in a learning season, and that God is still, whenever we're not doing anything, He's still up to doing something. And the Bible tells us that all things work together for the good to them that love Him, those are called according to His purpose. And so I just have a really difficult time believing that because He calls us the head and not the tail, calls us
Above
more
and not
than
beneath.
conquerors through Jesus Christ our Lord, right? These are things that we can find in the Bible that He calls us. He calls us a royal priesthood. I don't know how many royal priesthoods that I know of that are losing,
Right.
right? And so He calls us a holy nation, chosen and accepted by Him and Him alone, right? And so um, I have a really difficult time believing that we would lose. If we're not giving up, we're winning.
Right.
And if we are learning from a situation, then I truly believe that we're winning. And you may not feel like a winner right now, but continue to move forward, continue to press forward past the feelings of I'm losing, past the feelings of I don't feel like I'm progressing. But just know that you're winning because you're not giving up, and you're winning
Period.
because are learning in throughout this whole thing.
I know we normally give homework at the end, but I want to kind of insert right now.
Insert.
You just said a mouthful. He gave about like 10 biblical affirmations, and I think that like these are truths that we can stand on that will help you when it seems like you're losing, when that might very well be your reality. And I think that like if you can pick even one of those, and this is my affirmation every day, I am the head and not the tail. Just pick one. Just pick one, write it down, say it out loud, and stand on that truth.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, the devil's going to use your current reality to want to knock you out of the game every single day. And so, like, how you stand on that truth matters. Just to bring it back to the game thing, you could very well sit on the bench and be like, I'm losing. Oh, here, get on the mic. I'm losing. Life sucks. Everybody else is passing me up, or nobody sees me, or nobody understands me, or like this is not going the way I thought. This is not going the way that I planned, right? And so if you sit on the bench with that attitude, I don't see things coming together for you. You know, it matters what truth you stand on and how you show up. And we talked about this before. How it was like the reason why we were so proud of the girls is because they brought the same energy the first quarter when there was a high hopes that we might win this playoff game and advance the championships. And they played just as hard, almost getting fouled out to the last minute. And that says more about them. It says more about you, the way that you finish, the way that you stay in the fight, even when you're losing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where I talk. All right.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
take it in.
if you look at the life of David, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of times where you think like this dude got it together. He's winning. He's winning. He's winning.
Yeah.
But if you actually read the book of Psalms, you'll see that there are moments in his
Oh,
life.
now you're going to take my part? Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There are moments when he doesn't feel like he's winning in life, right? Like, for example, Psalms 3. Many are my foes, many are rising up against me,
And
many
they
are
are.
saying of my soul, there is no salvation in God. But you, O Lord, are my shield around me, my glory and the lifter of my head, right? And
I
so
know
I just
that's
stopped
right.
there. But like, I think that's a winner's mentality in a losing situation,
Period.
right? Like, I don't know what
Mindset
it
matters.
I don't know what it looks like to feel like everyone is against me. I know that my mind sometimes thinks that, but I've never felt like what David is experiencing right now. But he does, if he stays in that mindset of
Mhm.
like, woe is me, they want to kill me. Oh, I didn't do nothing to them. But now he says in verse number 3, but you, O Lord, are the shield around me, my glory and the lifter of my
I
head.
know that's
Sometimes
right.
we have to look at our situations and say, they may suck, but like I know that God has called me. I know that God is moving in this situation, and I may not feel like it right now, but if I don't give up, if I don't give in, I believe that I'm gonna see the victory over this situation.
At the proper time, you
Yeah.
will reap a harvest of blessing. I want to read from Psalms 35 because um, I I love how honest he is.
Yeah.
I love that it's not just like, oh, praise the Lord, oh my soul. That's not what the whole Psalms is. In Psalm
Yeah.
35, he's asking God to handle business for him. Okay. I know we've talked about like God will fight your battles, but he's telling him like how he wants him to bring his next contend, Lord, with those who contend with me. So like box up with those who are trying me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take up shield and armor, arise and come to my aid. Here's some old school that I don't even know what it would mean, but brandish spear and javelin against those who pursue me. Say to me, I am your salvation. Verse 4, may those who seek my life be disgraced, not desgraciados,
Right.
and put to shame. May those who plot my ruin be turned back in dismay. And I just think that it just speaks to the level of intimacy that David had with the Lord, that it's like, can you do something about it? Like, will you do something about it? And I was kind of asking you before, I'm like, is it wrong that like he's wishing bad on others? Cause like, in 2025, we're just cute Christians and it's just all good and it's all love. But I just kind of feel a little encouraged. I'm about this. I think I'm about this Old Testament life where I'm like, will you handle those who are actively pursuing me? Can you do something about it? What do you think? Are we allowed to ask God to
Yeah. I mean,
take out the javelin?
I mean, I have never physically seen a javelin, but somebody's got them. Then let the Lord use them to fight our enemies. I don't know. No, I don't think that. I don't know. I do think that God knows our hearts anyway. And we
He
can't
knows that's
fool.
in there
Yeah,
anyways.
absolutely. He knows
Yeah.
what we mean when we say, God, please help me. He knows what you mean when you're saying that, how
Yeah.
you want him to help you.
Handle it.
Right. And so I think he's just being upfront and honest and very vulnerable so that we can see that the hurt and he's very much human just like we are.
Yeah. And I think it's an invitation to be that honest with God too, because you also do yourself a disservice of um you're losing. And if on the outside, and I'm talking about me because I do this a lot, like no, it's all going to come together and it's all going to be great, and I can encourage the mess out of you. But I promise at least 3 times this week I've said I give up, and I've said those words and I've texted those words, and it's hard.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard to stay in the tension of I know what you've shown me,
Yeah.
and this doesn't look like what you've shown me. And so how do I
Yeah.
though he slay me, yet will I trust him.
Yeah.
And I think it's that tension. I think it's in Daniel when he says like, and even if he doesn't.
Yeah.
And how many of us even want to say that, like, and even if you don't deliver me and do justice and all these things, like I'll still be right here. I'm still standing on your word. I'm still standing on your truth. You'll find me right here. And that's what we can't give up, guys. And I think today that's really what our mission, our assignment is, to encourage you guys. I'm like, I don't know what's going out there in the spirit realm. One of my best friends was telling me she had like a hard meeting this week at work too, and I was just like, girl, because my job's not like that. Like if someone don't like their hair, we can just quick 1, 2, 3 highlight you, maybe gloss it dark or trim it a little more. But she's got a big girl job, and there's just like a lot of stuff on the line when she messes up.
Right.
And so even then, that there's encouragement in that, like, but what's she gonna do?
Right.
But first, you don't succeed. Dust yourself off and try again. You know what I'm saying? And so I think for us, our encouragement to you is to pick one of the ones that he said, one of the verses, one of the affirmations, find one for yourself, stand on that truth. And when everything else seems so loud, that's the truth you're going to stand on. And I know that seems like much easier said than done. So how would you encourage someone who like I've been standing on this truth? What would
keep standing. Keep standing. Keep standing. Like, think about how long you've been standing on that promise And even if you're yet to see it fulfilled, you're a day closer to receiving it, I think. I mean,
I know that's right.
I would highly encourage someone to the easy thing is to give up, right? The easy thing is not to show up. The easy thing is to like not learn from your mistakes
Yeah.
and just feel like you're losing. But it's a different mindset. It's a different perspective that hey, I'm still on this other side in the land of the living, and as long as I'm breathing, I have made up in my mind that I'm going to get better each and every day, and I refuse to receive um, to be called something that God has never called me to be. He never called me no loser.
Hello?
He said I'm the head and not the tail, right? And so I also think too, uh, for you, this is a question for you. Like, what are you standing on? What is it that you think about when that time? It could be a season, it could be a moment, but what is it that you stand on that helps you combat those thoughts of like losing, feeling defeated, or
I think one of my big ones is he has never left me nor forsaken me.
right?
And so I think there's a lot of comfort in that for me. And I think that, like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know if the things I'm praying for, like, are going to come to fruition. Like, faith says yes, reality feels like no. But if the promise is just that he's going to go with me, then I think I'm going to be all right because you have survived 100 out of the 100 times where you felt like you weren't going to make it. If you're listening to this podcast right now, it means he has surely never left you, never forsaken you. Because sometimes I think about, like, had I not had God, like, I wouldn't have been able to make it, right? And so I think that, like, that's the comfort in and of itself. And I think that's the heart posture in and of itself that, like, I can withstand this because you're with me. I know we talked about, like, okay, the losing season, the learning in the losing season. And I'm really excited to not announce, but celebrate that we've had the podcast now for 2 years.
2 years.
Yay! You got some noise back there. You can like some for 2 years.
No?
I didn't
Okay.
ask for
All right.
that.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
Oh my gosh. So I've had us, you've been here from day one and I appreciate
Day
that.
one.
We've had the podcast for 2 years. And I remember one of the first things I talked about on the podcast, because I really believe that beautiful things are birthed in pain. And one of the very first, very vulnerable podcasts I did, I dedicated it all to my aunt and to losing her. And y'all really let me sit in front of a camera and cry. And I love y'all for that. And so I think that now, 3 years later, if I can talk about like a season of loss, even in that way, I could speak to even just like the type of person that's made me. And I promise, like, I'm not just goofy, crazy, vibey, dancing for no reason. It's because I really know tomorrow's not promised. And I love so hard because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know when your tomorrow's not promised either. And if this is like a moment that I have to connect with you, then I want it to be a special moment. And whether you're my friend or whether you're a stranger, I promise I give the same energy to a cashier. I'm like, girl, what's stressing you out? Like, how can I pray for you? Because I just think that losing someone, for me, losing someone very special to me has, on the good side of things, has made me the kind of person that cherishes everything, is extremely grateful, and I show it fully because you just never know. And I think our grandmas were always right when they're like, uno nunca sabe.
Right.
That means you never know. When I'd be like, Mom, are you going to be at the birthday party Saturday? Si Dios quiere. That's where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
Si Dios me permite. And I think I just love that I'm coming of age where I'm starting to use terms like that a little more. And it's so how can I really be mad at something that turned me into that kind of person? You know, I think even stuff with like holding grudges or like being very angry. And I know I'm Latina and all those things, but it's like life is too short to stay angry. You know what I mean? Like I have to forgive you. I remember one of the very I replay this talk a lot in my mind. One of the best things my aunt taught me. I was having a really hard time with like some stuff going on with my family, and she had lost her dad, and I was just like pouring out my heart about like a heartache I was experiencing with my dad. And before knowing any other detail, she's like, "You have to forgive him." Like, no, but this, and she's like, and she's like, mija, uno nunca sabe. You have to forgive him, And I think that there's so much wisdom in even just that small uno nunca sabe. So the fact that you don't know, but God has all your tomorrow's promise, like, I just feel like, yeah, I can't really be very mad at something that made me the person I am today, Your turn.
My
Talk
turn.
about your losing season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're gonna have me up here almost
yeah.
crying by myself.
Don't cry, woman. I got some tissues right over there. Yeah, I the scripture I stand on, because I'm very much a doer, right? And so one of the things that that God is challenging me and reminding me constantly is, you can find it in Psalms, and it says to be still and know that I am God, because
Oh,
I am
this
not.
again?
Huh?
This again?
Oh yeah.
This
To
again?
be still,
Yeah.
to be still, because um, all I want to do is fix it. All I want to do is make it work. All I want to do is, there are moments when I've done that all I can do, and that's what the word says. After you've done all that you can do, what does it say? To stand, right? Another scripture in the book of Psalms says, stand and see the salvation of the Lord, right? And so I think, where the Lord is challenging me in these types of seasons is to just be still and know that He is still in control, that His purpose will prevail, and that His plan will unfold right before our very eyes. And I don't have to live. All I have to do is
Keep on keeping
be
on.
still, stand. And that's it. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, just stand.
I even love that. In the last podcast, you talked about
I
that.
did?
No, just that
Holy
verse.
Ghost.
No, that verse. And so I think that even speaks to like the reality of like, and keep standing on the verse. Again, we're so quick to like, well, what else do you have for me? What's your
Yeah.
word in this season? What do you have? And it's like, if his word is alive and active, let that same word be alive and active in your, what does being still look like today? What does standing look like today? And keep allowing God to like minister that same word in your heart, And I think with that, like it keeps getting cemented deeper, and it's more like, this is my truth now, and I'm not fighting so hard to like, okay, things are coming against me. I'm trying to stand on this word. It's like, this is who I am. This is a part of who I am.
Yeah. I mean, David paints the picture of this in both of the Psalms that we read. Like, he could probably try to do it himself. But what did he
With the
say?
javelin and all that.
Like, listen, bring my machete and my cuete. Let's go. Right? My primos, let's do it.
Come on, primos.
Right. But nice. He says, but you, oh Lord, are the shield around me. You're the one that
Yes.
lifts up my head. Right. And so
I look up to the hills, where does my
right.
help come from?
Comes from the Lord, the creator of heaven and earth. Right. So this is a picture for us, an example, a living example for us that are fighters, that are the ones that are the doers. And I'm sure David was a doer too.
Yeah.
But he learned through many obstacles to just stand and see the salvation of that, where his help came from, that he does all things well. And his track record proves who he is.
Perfect.
And if he didn't fail us the last obstacle, why would he do it now? So, boom.
I hope this encouragement blessed your whole life today.
All of it.
And I really thought, like, honestly, I felt like, I know it sounds silly, but I felt like, I mean, the girls were crying after the game and everything. So
Yeah.
I thought, like, today might just be a little more chill with it, because it sucks. Like,
Yeah.
ain't nobody likes to lose. But again, that's the encouragement, that if you can reframe how you see it, if you can allow God to give you a different perspective, if you can bring friends into your life that are like, hey, God must be up to something. If you can't encourage yourself, if you can have friends in your life that could be that for you, even just for the season, hold your arms up. Amanda always talks about that story in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, you bringing up another point too. Like, you have to have people that will help you to notice what you're not seeing, because all you're seeing is the hell in front of you, but you don't see the fires that God pulled you through in the past. And sometimes you need the people to point at you and say, listen, you may feel like this right now, but what I see is that you're still winning, that you still have a calling on your life, and that God hasn't given up on you.
I know that's
And
right.
so just keep moving one foot in front of the other. And that's our relational point today. If you're taking notes, is you need to get around some people who will help point out the wins in your life
Yes.
that you're missing.
When you
Because-
can't.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we all we can do is see what we can see. But like people have a different vantage point, and they're saying like, no, I don't see that at all. Like I see you winning because
Yeah.
you're smiling, because you come to church and you're excited and you worship, and like and you don't see that because you feel like you're just going through the motion. I'm just feeling like, oh, but gotta have people around you that'll help you to see things that you're not seeing.
Or even people who have known you long enough that's like, hey, old you would have handled that
Yeah,
different.
for sure.
And so I
Yeah.
love how you have re-entered the room, and that's the win.
Shout out Pastor Whitney.
Period. That's the win, that you've re-entered the room and it looks good on you.
Yeah.
And so sometimes like you can't even give yourself that much credit because you're so defeated that
Yeah.
it still don't look like, okay, I re-entered the room, I did all the things, I've forgiven the people and like whatever. And if you're still not getting it, if you still feel the thickness of like it's not what I want it to be, yeah, get you some friends who are like, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you standing. Look at you.
It may not be what you want it to be, but it ain't what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom.
We love you guys so much.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't think we prayed over them last time.
We didn't pray, and you didn't tell them to subscribe and to share and to like and
That's
to
your
comment.
job. They
We're still
listen
trying
to
to
you.
get
Y'all
to.
don't listen to me.
We're still trying to get
Hey,
to 500
we're
subscribers.
still
We
trying
can
to
do
get
it.
$550,000.
Well, I mean, we want the subscribers, so we want the word to go forth.
Please, you guys, all you got to do,
All you got to do.
click down below.
That's it.
I don't even know where it's at. Is it up below? Is it down below?
Well,
Share.
it's not up below.
Listen, you know we be sending TikToks and Reels. What's a YouTube? Send the YouTube to someone.
Send it to someone.
To anyone that needs this encouragement, that you're like, you know what? My girl's been going through it. My guy is in a hard season. Like whatever it is. And here's just some encouragement that's like, just stay in it.
That's it. And be a share evangelist. I just made that
You hear
name
it?
up right now. Share evangelist. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
you.
You feel like, well, I don't preach. I don't do that. Well, share. Well, do what you can
Share
do, and then you can
evangelize.
share.
You hear me? We could not make it any easier. We love you guys so much. Yeah, I want to pray over them.
Pray.
God, thank you so much for all 157 subscribers, and
All
that
of
you're
them.
bringing 500 more.
That's right.
God, we love you so much. I thank you that you're with us, that is a gift. The gift is your presence with us, and that if you are wherever you have us, that we can have peace and comfort and trust, knowing that you have good plans for us, God, that you are going to turn it for good, that you are actually sanctifying us in the process. And that's a truth that we can stand on, that our current reality won't be what it always is, God. And so, as long as you're with us, Lord, let us be truly satisfied. And no matter what their circumstances, God, let us find satisfaction in you alone, peace in you alone, joy in you alone. And just let that be what carries us, God. And so, I pray over my brothers and my sisters who need carried in this season, God, that they would feel you, making their burdens easy, Father God. And I just thank you that you are so much for us. And that if you are for us, who can be against us, God? Jesus, we love you. We thank you. Amen.
Amen. I'm super proud. We didn't have no taco segment.
Hey,
listen.
Look at you.
See, God is good. He's doing a new thing, yo.
We tried, y'all. We had to sneak it in.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Peace.
Bye.